Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Noah Shar, Ford 6FO, and today we are going to be headed to Headliner Magic here in Dallas, Texas to drop down my headliner, and we're going to be doing some fiber optics install, but that's going to be a separate video. On this video, we're just going to be dropping the headliner, and this should apply to all models of Fords from 17 to 21 Super Duties. So let's get headed that way and check it out. Alright guys, we just made it to Headliner Magic shops. Let's go ahead and go inside, see what's going on, and then see how we're going to go about removing the headliner and get at it. We're going to go ahead and drop the truck down, make it easier to work on. We're going to get started. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm actually going to go ahead and open up this sunroof. So we have access to all the sides of the headliner. And then we're going to go ahead and get started on the removal process of the visors and all the trim panels holding it up, and we're going to walk y'all through it and show you all the steps to get this headliner off. Okay guys, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pop this main clip off the visor right here. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the 1.7mm bolt holding up that visor piece. And the visor will pop down and off, and you're going to go ahead and unplug the sensor. And set it out of the way. And then you're going to repeat this process to the driver's side. Next step is going to be to remove the second 7mm bolt holding up the other clip to the visor side. And that piece will just pop right on down, and you can set it out of the way. Let me get the second visor out of the way. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the center cover. This one just pops right off. And there's this second piece up top that will also come off, which will free up these sensors in the back that we're going to have to unplug for the auxiliary switches. And then you're going to be able to pop down this top centerpiece, and it's free from the headliner. So what we're going to go ahead and do next is unplug these two main harnesses going to the center of the headliner, and that will actually free up this whole centerpiece. Makes it really easy for you. Okay, then we're going to go and turn this mirror up a little bit because we don't want to knock it off when we're removing the headliner. We're just going to set it right on the bottom of it, and that'll leave some tension off of it so we can release it down. Then we're going to work our way back to the rest of the headliner, and these are just magnetic pieces on the sides. Next, there's going to be two clips, one on each side of the headliner. You're going to want to stick a small screwdriver to pop off the clip to release. So you can see under, there's going to be a bolt holding these little clips up. Okay guys, the clip is actually going to be held on by a Torx 15 size screw, so we're going to get the drill and take it off. Then you're going to repeat the same process on the other side. Onto the driver's side, we're going to go ahead and release this little clip again. reveal the T15. pop the clip off. That's released from the headliner. We're gonna go ahead and pull down the headliner on the driver's side. It's all magnets right there. And then these side lights, ambient lights on the back, you're actually just gonna reach down from up top and pop them out. And that's gonna give you access to unplug it right here. Just gonna push it in, pull it out, and then it's free. So you're good to set that aside and repeat the process on the other side. Just went ahead and popped out the passenger side. Gonna go ahead and unclip it and separate it. And it's free as well. Now the headliner is basically freed off of all the trim pieces holding it on. So we're able to pop it down. Just gonna check all the clearances around, make sure it's all freed up.
And once it starts to come down, you just pull it out from each side.
So you can see it's starting to free up. So all we got to do is pull it down on each corner now. You don't even have to take off the side pillars. You just release it.
And then we'll undo that wiring right there.
Alright guys, we're able to lift it all down off the sides and the rear. So we're going to go ahead and take a look if we're able to see a clip on the pillar and unplug it, or if not, we're going to just have to lift it off the headliner, glue, and unplug it up here off all these connectors. So first we're going to go ahead and pop off this clip under the handle, and we'll have access to a bolt underneath there to take it off.
And another one right here.
And there's also a clip up top. They're both 10mm bolts. As you can see, the first bolt is right there on the top pillar, and the second one's going to be right underneath. They're both 10mm, and that will release that panel. Now this piece should be free and pop down. We trace the harness down, and there actually is a place to unclip it. So we're just going to disconnect it from that bottom and remove it from the side A-pillar and hang it down, and it's going to come out with the headliner. So we're actually going to be dropping the seats all the way down and reclining them all the way back so we have room to remove the headliner and take it out. We're going to do that for the passenger seat as well. Your headliner should look like this when it's ready to come out. You're going to have this main harness off the side, disconnected. You're going to have all the sides and back free from the top, hung down. So we're just going to get this side seat all the way reclined and back, just like this driver's seat. We're going to be able to pull it all the way out. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and get this back passenger side pillar popped off. There's actually one more harness going down the side of it, holding it on still. So we're going to disconnect that connector behind the pillar. And this is how you're going to do it. You're going to release the gasket off the side of the door. And then this side piece just has some clips on it. It's just going to pop right off. And that connector is in the rear.
Right here at
Gray
the top.
connector. And you're just going to unclip it. There's actually going to be a second connector going down a little bit further. So you're going to trace the harness down and reach down into the side of the pillar and disconnect that one. Then you will be free to remove the headliner. Because these are the two connectors you're going to be pulling off the rear passenger side. That's going to free up the headliner from the back. There also is a connector on the driver's side pillar on the side. So this one you're going to repeat the same process. You're going to pull the gasket, pull back the trim, and then just right on the top there's going to be this gray connector. You're just going to remove it right up from that top side, and then this driver's side will be freed up. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we push it all the way to the front. We're going to try and work it in all the way to the back corner, around the seat, and exit through the back door. Just squeeze it on by that seat. And then your headliner is free and it is out. Super easy process. It should apply to 17 to 21 years, F-250 to 450. It might even apply to some of the F-150s with the panoramic sunroof. This is what it's going to look like when it's all freed up and taken out. A little rundown while it's out to make it look a little bit easier for y'all to see. These are the first two connectors we took out, which go to the aux switches and these front lights. This is the main pillar on the driver's side. And then we have some of the lights on the passenger side. And then the two rear lights, one right here and one on the side. Those just popped out. And then the two connectors on the back rear side. And the other side, single connector. And then you'd be freed up and able to take it out. And on these Ford models, there's actually not clips holding it in, only these front ones. But for around the sides of the sunroof, it's actually all magnets. And those ones just pop right off and let you release it super easy. Now we're gonna go ahead and move back into the inside and get these side panels popped back in place. They're just clips, so it'll just easily go back in. Gasket's just going to slide right on in. I'm going to repeat the process on this side, pop it all in place, and throw that gasket back on. Since I'm going to be driving the truck, I'm just going to throw on all these pieces back on. We're just going to slide this pillar onto the side and pop it back in place. And clip the two clips on that cover the bolts. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy, please leave a like down below. Comment on the video, let me know what you thought about it and what you'd like to see next, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're actually going to be having a part 2 on this video, wrapping the headliner in black suede. We're also going to be installing fiber optics. But other than that, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.